Hi, everybody. Michael Brune here, Executive Director of the Sierra Club. And I'm excited to be joining you at this conference, even though, of course, it's only by video. But I really love the fact that you all have come together, particularly since it's under the rubric, the title of your conference is The Moral Imperative of the Climate Crisis. And I can't see you all. I'm taping this video from our headquarters in San Francisco, but I'm imagining who's there. And I just want to say I have deep respect and deep admiration for the work that the Kansas chapter has been doing for so long. The activists within our chapter in Kansas have been among the more effective activists that the Sierra Club has all the way around the country. Clearly, you have been wildly effective in defeating Holcomb 2, the coal-fired power plant. You have been active and very effective in the coal campaign throughout the history of our work on coal. But clearly now, as more and more issues emerge, particularly with fracking and all of the earthquake and air and water and climate pollution associated with fracking, the fact that Kansas is in some ways home to the Koch brothers and Koch Industries, shows that the work that we're doing in Kansas, whether it's in resisting those companies or those individuals who are holding us back, or advocating for a clean energy future and an inclusive economy that works for everybody, the work that you're doing there is so vital and so important. And I just want to also give a shout out to the work that you all have done in helping to recruit and support and educate teachers so that they can educate their own students about the risks of climate change and the opportunities that are inherent in a clean energy transformation. And I guess that's what I wanted to talk with you all about, which is the more that I have looked at climate change as a moral imperative, the more it becomes clear that not only is there a moral and ecological imperative, but there's also a moral opportunity. And I think all of us now recognize that fighting climate change isn't just an obligation, it's also an opportunity. It's not something that we've got to do. Fighting climate change is something that we get to do. And so I think that is the challenging issue of our times, that we know, regardless of where you live around the country or around the world, it is becoming more and more painfully clear that inaction or slow action on climate change threatens most of the places that we care about and the people that we love and that we care about. So whether you've experienced extreme droughts like we have been experiencing here in California and other parts of the country, whether you're experiencing wildfires or other extreme weather events, whether you're concerned about the plummeting biodiversity in part because of a changing climate, whether you're worried about the refugee crisis and the fact that hundreds of millions of people will face severe and life-threatening water shortages, the moral imperative, the ethical obligation that we all have to act and to act quickly and strongly has never been more clear. And we have to act at every level and in every way that we can. We should be acting as individuals, making sure that we're voting for people all the way up and down the ballot who have strong climate values. We should be making sure that we're voting at the cash register and using our purchasing power to support those companies that are promoting solutions and working to transform their own companies and their own industries. We should be acting as citizens, making sure, as you all do so beautifully well, that we are talking with each other and working with each other and organizing with each other to fight for a better future. So we need to use every lever of power that we have as investors, as consumers, as voters, as citizens, as neighbors, as friends, as churchgoers, to make sure that we are taking a stand for what's right and we are showing a kind and patient intolerance for being stuck and wedded to a fossil fuel-based economy. So that is part of the challenge. The part of the challenge is addressing and facing and embracing the moral imperative of the climate crisis. And the other part is to acknowledge and embrace and face the fact that as we are successful, as we transition from an economy that is based on fossil fuels towards an economy that is powered by clean energy, there are enormous opportunities in that transformation. The trillions of dollars of investment that will go into clean energy represent an incredible chance for us to create more jobs, to promote more resilient local communities, to help make sure that our communities are more economically sustainable and resilient, and then also to reduce not just climate pollution, but air pollution, water pollution, habitat degradation, and wildlife impacts. We have an enormous opportunity. We are lucky to be active, to be engaged, to be alive in this time in human history where we are creating a society that is powered by clean, renewable energy and making sure that we're doing that in a way that doesn't just benefit the environment, but benefits the people who live on this planet. So I wish that I could be there with you all in person, in part to just say thank you and to congratulate you for all the fantastic work that you're doing. I deeply admire the work of the Kansas chapter and the tenacious, persistent grassroots activism that you all employ. But also I wish I was there to be inspired by some of the other speakers that you have, because I really do feel that the leadership of the Kansas chapter and the leadership that the Kansas chapter is helping to recruit is important well beyond your state's borders. So thank you. Thank you for all your work. I hope you have a fantastic and are having a fantastic conference. And if there's anything that we can do out of the Sierra Club's headquarters, please don't hesitate to ask. Thanks again.